Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Theresa here. Just me and the critters. It is Wednesday, um, November 13th, 2019. It is 4:45 p.m. on this cooler day. I'm not going to complain because I know a lot of you guys are a lot cooler than we are. So, but let's bring up the weather. Currently, it's 53 degrees. It feels like 50 degrees. The high was 56 today. And the low will be 45 tonight. That's not bad at all. It got much cooler last night. It was like 33 degrees, which is, I know a lot of you guys are wishing it was that warm, but for us here in Florida, that is like unheard of, and yes, I grew up in Wyoming where the temperatures were a lot colder than that, but we haven't lived there in a number of years, so we're not used to it anymore. So let's see what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. I'm having a hard time even getting my clothes to dry. I hang our clothes up to dry, and yeah, they're not wanting to dry. Let's see. Tomorrow's supposed to be rain. High will be 58, low will be 48. So that will be what's going on tomorrow. I totally spaced out doing you guys yesterday. Doesn't that sound horrible, doing you guys? But I did totally space out making a video yesterday. I was a little perturbed when I wasn't feeling the best, and I was a little perturbed at the UPS driver. We've been having an ongoing issue with the UPS driver for a while now, for about 3 months. Because all of a sudden, and it's just the AM driver, the PM driver is great, the FedEx driver is great, but it's the AM driver all of a sudden has taken to leaving all of our packages right out by the road instead of bringing them on, putting them, even just putting them by the steps. That's great. So we've called, and anytime we're promised that they'll take care of the issue. Now, you can't call anywhere in the United States, right? And I'm not a prejudiced person, but you have to call somebody in a foreign language. I think it's India and stuff. You cannot call anybody. You can't call the distribution center, the customer center here in Tallahassee. You can't call them. So, because when you have things like dog food and stuff being delivered, part of the reason that you have that delivered is they deliver it to your door. So you don't have to lug the heavy bags and stuff. Well, if I gotta go out to the road and drag it all the way across my yard and up the steps and stuff, yeah. So, and yesterday I was waiting for our kitchen table to be delivered. And finally it was delivered after 6. But Brad had called the night before because Brad was home Monday. We heard UPS drive up. And I think we were doing a video right then, and then we got done with the video. I'm like, well, you better go check. And the UPS driver had left the packages out by the door again. Now, he must have gotten in trouble. So, because finally he called Brad up yesterday morning. I said it was because of the dog feces in the yard. Now, there was just a little bit of dog poop in the yard. I try and keep that pretty well picked up. And it's like, but you don't get out of your truck to check and see if there's dog poop each day. You're just being lazy and leaving it on the, by the road, where anybody can just take it. So, I mean, he's not checking to see if there's dog shit or not. Why does the PM driver and the FedEx driver not have a problem? It's just ridiculous. So, but the PM driver did deliver yesterday afternoon, late afternoon, and Brad put the table together last night, and I'm really happy with it. I have it I should have gone out there today and kind of rearranged it. I kind of took today off. Kind of needed to. Just because I was extra tired. I'm tired when Brad's home. You guys know this. I'm tired. I'm usually very tired the day after he goes back to work. Well, hi, kitty cat. Can I clean my glasses for a second first? And then I'll hold you? Okay? Will that be good for you? I'll hurry. Okay? Love my kitty? Okay. Alright, I'm ready for you. Come here. Come on, love muffin. Oh, I know. Oh, my goodness. But yesterday I had so much housework to do and laundry to do that I really just kind of overextended myself a little bit because Monday we both had the flu shots at the doctor. And, excuse me, and I forgot that sometimes it does make you feel a little under the weather. So, today I've just kind of sat here and just watched a documentary on roller skating. It was called United Skates on HBO. It was okay. It was kind of about racial diversity and how the black culture stuff has shaped the skating world. Talking about old school skating, and they're trying to keep that culture alive and the roller skating alive and all of that. I was more interested in wanting to watch like LA's different style of skating compared to Chicago and etc. So, but it was okay. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. I'm sorry, but so I just been kind of resting, and I just kind of looked up and I thought, I better make a video. These people are going to think I've just dropped off the face of the earth. But I haven't. I'm feeling better today. Just got a little bit of a, still feeling a little under the weather because of the flu shot. Doctor called yesterday. I'm bad about not checking my messages. Like a voicemail. So when I checked it, it was already 6 o'clock. It was too late to call her back. She got my test results. They do all their own testing. I didn't realize this in their facility. And so, my A1C was really high. Well, it wasn't as high as it had been, but it was 9.2. But it was down because it used to be 11.8 before. And also, I think she wants to discuss with me kidney damage because my aluminum, something like that, was high. It was pretty darn high. So, we'll see. I called today and she wasn't in the office today, so the nurse never got back with me. Probably not anything she can really discuss with me. I'm sure I won't be surprised if she doesn't want to send me to a couple specialists. One for the kidneys and maybe one for... She wanted to send me to a a diabetic doctor. That's all they do. So we'll see what happens. I wouldn't mind it because, I've been looking... With 283 when they did the finger, the finger prick and did the testing. And, yeah, I had eaten a Pop-Tart on the way there. I know, that's not smart, right? I wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't thinking they were going to, do the testing with the strips, because they normally don't. But I've been reading about about your numbers being high, and is basically termed hypoglycemia, and that a lot of the stuff can make you very tired and feeling very weak. And it's like, I certainly have been lately feeling that way. So, we'll see. We'll see. I don't have to do anything for dinner, really. And I'm not thinking I'm gonna. Because we had leftover chicken. I made oven fried chicken last night with a planko. And I used planko. And then chicken, cornbread, a box of the Jiffy, and flour, and then spices. And so we had that left over. And I think we just got like cottage cheese. We got a slice of a tomato. We got some cucumbers we still need to use up. A nice, easy meal. So, I think that'll be good. Brad went and picked up my prescriptions last night, except for the pharmacist forgot one of them. But that'll be okay. We picked that up Saturday. I got enough till then. What else? Dogs are good. Cat is good. Are you good, Kit Kat? Hey, little Miss Thing, I know. You don't want to show your face, do you? You don't want to show your face to anybody, do you? Sure did enjoy Brad being off for 3 days. That was nice. It was really nice. Really enjoyed that. I enjoyed Monday, going up to Tally and eating lunch, and then going to Hobby Lobby. Or actually, we did the reverse. So, yeah. I've been watching this stuff about how people are doing some marbleizing with different forms. They can either do, what was it? I saw one where they would do a spray paint on water. So you have this tub of water, and you have the spray paint. You just spray different, parts of it. You can use a toothpick if you want to kind of swirl it, but you got to be careful because that paint will start to pull on the surface of the water because, you're using two different elements that don't mix. So, and then people are putting just their canvas face down right in there and then lifting up. And it's got some pretty cool design. But the one I like even better than that is they're taking like, blank coffee cups. And what they're doing is they're putting fingernail polish on water. And then they're dipping like part of a cup, a ceramic cup. And then what they use some kind of Mod Podge. It's in a light blue label. It's got to be something that's dishwasher safe because I've watched that part. But it makes some really cool design. And I'm thinking, why couldn't you do that with, the clear Christmas bulbs? Or even or even the Christmas bulbs that are different colors. And then you just dip even, they're going at an angle, so it'll just be like half of it but at a diagonal. You could do that, and you could and then on the other side, you could paint their name. And that could be some cool ornaments. Like, say it's a newlywed's first Christmas. So you're going to buy a standard box of the 12 inexpensive, whatever color. And maybe you remember what their wedding colors are. So you get that fingernail polish of those different colors. And enough. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Come here. What's up with your face? It's okay. No. Hey, no, sir. Look at me, Charlie. It's okay. Hey. Look at me, Charlie. Charlie, come here. Look at me. No, I love you too. There's nothing there. Okay? It's fine. Don't go through there. Okay, go through now. No, sir. But anyway, say you, like I said, remember what their wedding colors are. Or, you could ask them. And you could take fingernail polish, and like I said, and you put it on the surface. And when you're doing it, you want to kind of do whatever kind of maybe design. Maybe you want to do a swirl, or maybe you want to do, kind of a loopy, roady type thing. Because I've watched that, and if you try to do much with a toothpick, it's going to really, really want to just pull on out with that toothpick. And then you can dip them, and like I said, you could just even put for Christmas, or just tell them this is because it's your first Christmas, and maybe it's your first, free together, or maybe it's the baby's first Christmas, or, there's all kinds of neat ideas I can think of is that you could print out. Okay, this is another suggestion. But hold your horses. Sometimes I come up with these things just off the top of my head, like right now. You could say you're a grandma and you want to make some cool ornaments, baby's first Christmas. Your first time grandmother, or maybe this is just that baby. Maybe you're a grandma 5 times over and this is grandbaby number 5, but you want to make some ornaments. You can either do one or two things. You can get a photo of each grandchild. That would be kind of neat for each year. That would be cool. Say you have 5 grandkids. And you start, maybe you're starting this year with, you're going to take a photo of each grandchild. And you're going to print it off. And you're going to print it off on some, the photo paper is not that expensive. So you're going to print off some paper, with the photo paper. You're going to make sure this picture is not any probably bigger than this, like a $50 piece. You're going to get your clear ornaments that you can get. I know you can get them. I don't know if you can get them at Walmart, probably. But I know you can get them like Hobby Lobby. So you're going to buy these clear ornaments. Then you're going to carefully kind of take that picture and kind of roll it up. And you're going to put it down in there. And you're going to have it open back up. Okay? So you're going to have it open back up. If you wanted to, you could double-side it. Otherwise, one side is going to be just white. And then what you could do is very carefully, you could, oh, no, you don't need to double-side it. Okay, this is what we're going to do now. Okay, now you're writing this down, right? Because I'm not going to actually do this craft, even though it's really cool, but my grandkids are like from high school to junior high now, so, and they don't live locally. Or you could do it with pets or anything else. You could do it with each family member. Okay, anyway, picture. You took your picture, you downsized it before you printed it on your photo paper, you cut all around it, nice. And then you put it down in, you took the little metal part off your ornament, your glass ornament, so be careful. You kind of curled that up, you put it down in there, you had it unfold. If it didn't unfold all the way, you can take even a pair of tweezers or something tiny and get down in there and unfold it. Does not have to be perfect, okay? So quit obsessing. I know how you guys are. Now you're going to take, and not going to worry about the white part of that picture, the back side. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take your swirly hoos of your fingernail polish. You can buy fingernail polish for $1 at Dollar Tree. You can buy the really cheap packs, Christmas packs at Christmas, even far less than $1. Or you can beg everybody for their old fingernail polish. But as long as you get like a lot of different variety. And you're going to make whatever swirly hoos, and you're going to dip that at a diagonal. So it's going to get the back. Let's see, do I have anything round? Well, okay, this is your ornament. See, this is your back, the white part here. So you're going to dip this at an angle. So it would come, let's see, so it would come just like this. See, it would come just like this. And so it's going to cover up all this white, and it's going to be almost like a frame for that picture. Wouldn't it be cool? I think it would be really cool. Then you could get a permanent metallic marker or whatever and write somewhere on it their name and the year. I'm thinking, you could do this for every member of your family. You can even do it for your pet. So you're like, when you're putting away Christmas, you have, your whole thing for, let's say, 2019. These are the pets we had. These are the family members we had. Maybe we have some in memorial ornaments that will always go on the tree every year because we've lost Grandma and Grandpa now. I just think it would be cool. I think it would be really cool. This is why when I worked at Joann's, I liked me so much, because I can come up with stuff DIY just off the top of my head. I haven't seen that done. Not to say that it hasn't been. It probably maybe has been. But yeah, you could do that. And that would be really cool. And it would be inexpensive. You could also do that if you were a teacher for your class as a gift. Or you could do it for your child to give to your teacher. You know, you could even say, you know, you can even put in there on a piece of colored construction paper even, you know, a number 1 teacher, put it down in there. You could put a little confetti in there if you wanted to. It's all up to you. Let your imagination go. You know, help your child dip that ornament. And definitely make a really unique gift. So, you know, or if you're having an office party, you probably do the name of the person that's the hardest to get anything for. Well, think about what you could marbleize using the fingernail polish and that technique. You could do picture frame, you could do the ornament, you could do a whole set of ornaments for them, you know, and just dip them and use different hues of the fingernail polish, you know. That could be really cool. And like I said, you also could put some confetti inside or glitter. You know, that can make, so you give them like a whole set of ornament. You'd even take a picture of, maybe you have a picture of you guys together, and you could go ahead and dip that frame, and then you could put the picture in there, and it would make a whole gift. If you're going to give away Christmas goodies, you could go ahead and go like to Dollar Tree or your favorite thrift store. You could buy the ceramic or the glass cups. That's what they were originally showing dipping. Or plates. Say you're going to give away, baked goods. And that's usually what we do every year to local people. I would go ahead and dip my plate. I would go ahead and dip it so the part that they would see on a plate, you know, the upside is already marbleized. And then then you would have to Mod Podge it in that special, or you would have to do a spray varnish lacquer that is dishwasher safe, or else write on it that it cannot be in the dishwasher. But you could do that, and then I would just put ceramic over the top just to make sure that, you know, and I would put your baked goods on it. I think that would be a neat idea. What else could you do with that? You could do, I'm looking at my candles, you could dip those candles on the outside. You know, your jarred candles, you could dip them. You could use the Mod Podge or whatever it's going to be sealant. I guess you wouldn't necessarily have to on that, because they're not going to be eating from it or anything. And then, voila, you have an inexpensive gift. You could go again to Dollar Tree or your local thrift store, and they have all kinds of glass candle holders. And you could get those and you could dip them. That would, you know, and then you buy a few candles and you make your own candle set. They also have the bags of the seashells in all different sizes, and the glass, like marbles and stones. And you could you could do a glass vase, you could dip it, you could put all that kind of nice stuff in it. You could even get some bag potpourri if you wanted to. You could buy them some incense sticks, incense cones. You could, unless you make your own like I do, you could do the jarred candles, dip some of those, take the label off and dip them. You could put together your own really nice basket. You know, you go and buy an inexpensive basket, you know, or if you have the xylophone. What am I talking about? You know, the clear stuff that you make the baskets. I used to make like candle baskets, and then, you know, you can either use your heat gun, or else you can even just use a ribbon and tie it, everybody loves doing that. Like right now, they have at Dollar Tree, they have the bath bombs, and they're the nice big bath bomb. And then they also have some of the called Tranquility Soak, and it's some of the bath salts and stuff, that are scented, and those are really nice looking. They've got really, really super soft socks. Actually, I'm wearing a pair right now. They've got all kinds of different, really soft socks. They have, if you wanted to do food products, they have the different teas like I just bought. If you see a few videos back. Did you guys get to see that? Maybe you didn't. No, you didn't, because I didn't put that video up ever. I deleted it. I bought the blueberry honey. I bought the apple and cinnamon, the vanilla chai, and the peppermint. And they're all in their own sealed bags. There's 20 tea bags in a box, for the buck. And they're really good. They're really, really very good. So, you could do that. You could get some honey. You could get, what else could you get? You could get all kinds of different stuff. If you wanted to if they're into candy, you could do a whole candy thing. They sell a lot of name brand candies there. Use your imagination. You can come up with a lot of different stuff for not that much. I know a lot of people say, oh, I can't afford Christmas gifts. You can make Christmas gifts. It doesn't have to be something expensive. $5 or even $1. It's a thought that counts. It's a thought that counts. It's a thought. I would rather have somebody, make me something. And I know they sat there and thought about me while they were making it, and that means a lot. I gotta get a drink. That kind of stuff. Doesn't have to be expensive. Does not have to be expensive. Like I said, for people we know locally, we will do a little bit of baking. People that, and that's like people here at the RV park stuff. And then, I have family. Mainly just family. I have friends, but depends on what I can afford or not, because the shipping gets pretty outrageous. So if I do, I'll try to keep it so it's something that can be put in a smaller padded manila envelope that is not going to be a bubble mailer, so it's not going to be so expensive. But you know what? It all works out every year. We pick one family or one person or one place that we feel like needs help, and we help bring some Christmas to them. We've done in the past, we've done neighbors, like when we lived on Lennox. Our next door neighbors who we really loved, Herb and Grace, and this elderly couple lived next to us, and they were just so wonderful. And we knew they weren't going to put a Christmas tree or anything. So we got an artificial tree. We had an extra one, and we decorated it, and we brought it over there. We set it up, and we had some homemade gifts, and it really cheered them up. And there's been lots of other people who've helped, over the years. It just makes you feel good. To me, Christmas is about giving and about just a miracle of life, and then, yes, whatever you believe religious-wise, and it can just be a beautiful time, or you can make it a miserable time. We aren't doing turkey for Thanksgiving. I think I've already told you guys that. I'm pretty sure I have, because neither one of us are a big fan of it. I like turkey. I just don't care to really spend all this time slaving over it, a full Thanksgiving dinner. And yeah, a chicken would suffice. It's just the two of us. But we decided this year we're going to make, Brad loves my lasagna, so I'm going to make homemade lasagna. And we're going to have a nice garden salad with it. I did buy a frozen pumpkin pie, because to me, for just us, it's not worth all the time it takes to, you know, make the pie from scratch, which I have for a lot of years. But I'm not going to do that this year. And then for Christmas, we'll probably do a ham. Ham and then homemade macaroni and cheese and stuff. So, that's what we're planning on doing. Oh, did you guys catch? I love to watch the cooking shows. This should be like a big surprise, right? And so I'm watching Chop Jr. last night on the Food Network. Those kids are just so awesome, man. I mean, they're like, 11 years old, and they know so much more about cooking that I'm just like, and holy moly, can they cook? Which is pretty darn impressed about with the whole, what those kids can do. But I love it. Like Halloween time, I watched a lot of the, the bake-offs. And, oh man, some of those people, I thought I could carve some pumpkins. I've learned some new techniques from these people. Like, yeah. I mean, it was just, this one guy had a coping saw, and he was coping it well, man. Now, see, I have a jeweler's coping saw somewhere around here with the blades and stuff. I used to do very fine, minute pieces with it. But I was just like, wow. And then some of the stuff they come up with, like full standing dioramas of the headless guy, the headless hunter, the headless horseman, and I mean, it's like, wow. And so now they're going to be doing that with the Christmas stuff. And of course, I love every year, I don't know about you guys, but the gingerbread house contest, because it's like, holy. I mean, I've never done a gingerbread because I've never been given a kit. I've always wanted to. I'm 55 years old, and I've always wanted to do a gingerbread house, but I never have. So I just never have had a kit. I guess that's something I just don't think I would buy myself. But anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, about the gingerbread. The stuff they can do is just incredible. And then, they have that, what do they call that? The something cooler, the quick cooler or something. Where it cools down stuff really fast. And then it's like they'll be using stuff like the blowtorches to heat up some, let's say, some icing so we can glue this arm onto this body. But then we got the can of freeze to freeze, so it'll freeze right there too. And it's like, wow. Some of the stuff they've done is just holy moly. So yeah. I mean, is it any surprise that Brad and I love to watch a cooking show? I mean, like, if they got barbecue going on there, Brad is just like, yeah, or they're doing burgers or something. But, what else? That's about all that's going on. Still making hats, of course. Oh, the 10th unit has found a new home. So, I know there were a couple people. I know Joy, you and your mom asked about it, and a couple other people asked about it. And I have a new home for it. So, if you want to look on Amazon, they're between $20 and $30, I guess. Depending on what you're wanting. So, but I know the person that she's going to get a lot of really wonderful use out of it, and that's all we wanted. When you've been as blessed as Brad and I have been, then you want to pay it forward. So, I'm thinking I'm still doing Colorado at the end of the month, first part of December. I'm not totally sure, but I'm pretty 95% sure we're going to go ahead and go with that, even though we're shipping to Indiana. Oh, Lord, help me. This Saturday. Because we were so blessed that God called upon this wonderful friend of ours, and she called us because their church is doing something very wonderful, helping out the homeless. They're putting together these bags with assorted things, you know, like toiletries and things they would need. She thought of me for the hats, which I'm just thrilled to even be thought of for that, seriously. And my ladies that send hats too, and I know you guys will all be thrilled too. So yes, I told you guys I had some extra hats, and you know, it just so happened when stuff like that happens, then it'll be put upon your heart that it'll come, that it'll be a need that rises, and that's what happened, and I'm excited about it. So, um, so yeah, that's what's going on. Nothing else really. You know, we're getting into a pretty good rhythm. We're just trying to stay warm. Got the cat was licking my leg. That was really strange, Angel. Yeah, she was also, she was licking my leg. You know how cats' tongues are, and it's like, well, come on back up here, girlfriend. I'm never too busy. Hey, okay, you left me. What, are you playing hard to get now? Okay. But anyway, I know. I have to go do dishes, or you can go do them for me. Really? Really? I had put on 15 pounds from what I lost before, so not surprised. I'm not surprised, but I do be a lot more careful about it. You know, I'm going to try and be more careful through the holidays. And then once the holidays are over, and I know that's so cliche, but once they are over, start January 2nd, then I'm going to really start buckling down. So, right, kitty cat? I was, hope you guys don't mind, I feel chatty today. I bought her a big 40 can cat, 40 count can pack of the Friskies pate. And see, she only really likes chicken and seafood. She's not a fan of the pork. Well, I don't think they really do pork with cat, do they? I don't know. And she's not really a fan of the beef. And she really just likes the seafood. And the one chicken she likes is mixed with seafood too. So anyway, she likes all those, but it's a big box. And so I've taken them all out of the box and, kind of lining them up. Well, I had them on the kitchen table, the new one, and she like knocking them all over. She loving up against them and knocking them all over the table. They're all on the floor, and they're rolling everywhere. And of course, then the dogs are excited, so they got to come running out there to see if maybe those cans are open or something. And I'm like, really, Angel? Right? Right? It's make a big mess, right? And she was so excited because I gave the dogs fresh water. Well, I should have said the dogs and her. And I about thought she was gonna duke it out with Charlie. He wasn't growling or anything, but she was letting him know that she wanted to lick out of there too. And he's licking out of the bowl, and he's a big dog, and he makes big slurpees, and she was getting water drops all over her face, and she was not appreciative of it. Right? You did not want a bath from Charlie, did you? I know. Not want a bath. I don't know, we might be all cuddled up in the bedroom tonight again. See, because that way we don't have to heat multiple rooms. We just have the heater on the bedroom. And, we don't worry about too much. It's getting cold for very long here. And it's a welcome relief from all the heat. So, gotta wear something with sleeves, and that makes us excited. Last night we were talking about, the different long sleeve stuff. We have just a few shirts and stuff like that. Getting excited. Brad thought he was going to have to go into Walmart last night and get a snake for the toilet because the toilet got stopped up, and couldn't get it undone. Couldn't get it unplugged for the longest time, even with that super duper plunger. Finally, on his last time, trying it, it finally got unplugged. And thank goodness, I mean, he was using the plunger and he was using Drano and stuff because he'd already taken his CBD oil and his night med, so he's getting tired and stuff. So, yeah, I was worried about that. Right, kitty cat? But, well, we better get off here because I got to get a few things done before Mr. gets home. And but anyway, I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. I hope you're staying warm and dry wherever you are, unless you're in California. Then I hope that you're safe from the fires and the smoke and everything. And I think you guys are awesome, and I do love you. And I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow. Have a good evening. Bye.